Hey guys, welcome back to another video. This is probably one of the most exciting videos I've ever made because this is going to be going over what looks to be the best trade, the best shares position I've ever found in my entire career as a trader and possibly my entire life, because this thing is just a screaming buy. So if you guys don't know what this is, basically right now we're looking at the BNKU all-time chart. As you can see, we're on the monthly. And this thing has fallen to not new lows, but basically pandemic lows. This big move here was the pandemic move down. And if you guys don't know what this is, it is the top 10 banks in the US. So this includes things like PNC Financial, JP Morgan, Citi, Truist, Bank of America, etc. Banks like those, which are already very safe and healthy investments over time, they've just been down this year, and the reason BNKU is so down is because it's actually a triple leverage, meaning banks aren't actually down a ton. Like, this thing's down 50% on the year. Banks aren't actually down 50% on the year, but it is 3 times how those are performing, meaning we are at these COVID lows. So at this price, 1085. I just bought a couple hundred shares, and I'm going to be buying many more shares if we stay at this price or get lower. Because as soon as the US economy does, I mean, look at this pre-pandemic. What were we at? $79, almost 80. Yeah, basically 80 something up there. And then after COVID with our bull run, we hit $71, even higher at some point, 74.28. As soon as the US economy improves and banks start doing better, this thing will explode. Now, it is not a bulletproof investment in the stock market. There really isn't a bulletproof investment. So this thing could go lower, as we saw during COVID. It hit all the way down to, what is this, about 717, and at that price I would be so comfortable, so happy to buy some more, because banks historically have never been really overvalued. So it's really just market conditions that are moving this. So, like, this was our move in 2021. In the next 2 years, we're going to see something like that again. This was before the pandemic. Market was doing great. And so these are very normal things you'll see in the market. You will see nice runs every so often, right? So it will happen again. We will have banks trading for much higher than what they're trading for. And therefore, this stock, or this ETF, excuse me, is probably the best position to take. I mean, just think about it. If $10 goes to $70, this area even higher, you're going to make tons of money. You could pay for college, buy a house, buy a couple supercars. Not really. I mean, it depends on how much you put in, of course, but I'm going to be buying hundreds and hundreds of shares, and already some people I trade with, who I've told about this, they've done tons of research as well. Don't get in just because you see it on a YouTube video. Do your own research. But a lot of people besides me are taking this advantage because it's really, I mean, this consolidation break for BNKU was legendary. There's no way this thing won't go up a ton in the future. So in terms of my plan to exit BNKU shares, I really think it's a buy anywhere below around $30. And that's just because we see a whole lot of supply in this area. And I definitely don't want to be holding a ton of shares once we're back up here above, what would this be, above $60. So I'd like to trim some as we go, depending on how many shares I have, at some key levels. For example, around here, 2076, we see this level, this rejection, this move up, all these rejections. We had our last kind of move down on BNKU just recently. So that's already about a 100% gain, because shares would be at around $21, $22. Then I'd like to get out a lot of shares here at around 32. You guys can again see why. Supply, rejections, all that good stuff. And then I'd be holding with a stop loss at break even for potentially some higher highs. I mean, the US economy will always, excuse me, I can't guarantee it, but let's look at the stock market. Let's look at its all-time chart. Like, saying this saying BNKU isn't a great buy right now is basically saying the market or the stock market is a lie. This thing has always gone up. I mean, historically, there have been so many pullbacks and everyone freaks out, oh, it's going to be a new bottom, it's going to be a new low. I mean, if this drops much more than where it already is, that just means we're going to get better BNKU prices, and when we do get that nice bull run in the future, this thing has an even bigger reversal, and there's more opportunity for us to make money. So, that's all I wanted to go over. This is going to hopefully, in the next few weeks, turn out to be my largest position in my investment portfolio. Unfortunately, I cannot take far expiration options. You cannot trade options on BNKU. However, I'm just going to be loading up on shares anyway, and I really like this trade. It could go down much, it could break our low, and I'd still be buying because there's no reason not to. That's basically denying the US economy's historical evidence, right? So this to me just seems like the perfect opportunity. I don't want to keep this video too long. Thank you guys very much for watching. I alert all my trades in my Discord, so if you guys want to join that, that'd be great. And yeah, stick around. I mean, we'll have plenty of options trades coming up as well. But with that being said, have a great rest of your day.